Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias. Today is gonna be a fun. It's gonna be a fun chat. It's gonna be something that has been beautiful in my life, and I wanted to share it because I feel like there's some. I don't know. I feel like there's something. There's some learnings from this happy experience. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm gonna do my stretches. Ooh, ooh. Today I'm going to talk to you about my fiance, Ana. Ana Paulina Diaz, to be exact. When I first met her, that name, Ana Paulina, I just was like, that is such a beautiful name to such a beautiful person. Let's talk about love. It's such a funny topic. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I guess I'm gushing. We're getting married in about less than 2 months, which is exciting and yet, scary because of all the details and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd ever get married, let alone find the right person. I mean, I think a lot of people, I don't want to generalize, right? But that, you meet certain people that get married, and I think they just get married just because their time is clicking, time clock is ticking, and they just want to settle down. But I truly feel that I'm marrying the right person for me. And I never thought about that as a young person. Are you gonna find somebody who's right for you? In my experience growing up, it definitely was hetero, find the right guy, find the guy that you can have kids with and take care of you, and, and growing up, clearly that was, not what my heart desired as I grew to know who I was and battle with what I really felt and what I thought people wanted me to do. And it was a battle. I mean, through up into my 20s, it was a battle of, what do I really want? And what is the society? What is my family telling me to do? The reason why these topics that I talk to you about are so interesting is because they're complex. Like I am going to tell you about Ana and how I met her, but there's just always so much context that I'm all about that context, everything leading up to the moment that I met her and why I realized and why I took the opportunity to give her a chance and for her to give me a chance. Obviously it goes both ways. But yeah, I grew up like, I just thought I was going to have a boyfriend, thought I was going to have a husband. I didn't know what, other than being Catholic and Mexican, what other attributes this partner needed to have. Think about that. How many times, like growing up, do you think about like what are the attributes you want this person to have? I didn't really have anything besides that, which is really daunting now that I think about it. I'm like, wow, how did I not? Obviously with time, the more people that you date and have relationships with, the more that you learn about what it is that you really want. I think it's really important, right? Now that I look back, I'm like, yeah, if I had a daughter or a son, and they were young and teenagers or in their 20s, like I'd probably ask them, like, what are the kinds of things that you want in a partner? These are my things that I was looking for. After a lot of dating, a lot of, and I do believe, the saying, I really do think that every person that comes into your life teaches you something. And I look back and there was a lot of lessons that I learned to get to the point where when I met Ana, I really knew what I was looking for in a partner, in a person. And the one thing that took me by surprise that I didn't realize I needed or wanted was that when I met Ana, I met somebody who was just authentically, genuinely a good human being. Think about that. Like, how many of us actually date and we're like, you're actually a cool person. Like, whether this goes anywhere, like, you're a decent person. You're somebody that I can trust on a friend level, on a, obviously more, deeper level. But I never thought about that. I never really did. And some of you might be looking at me like, yeah, Jackie, but maybe not. I'm just sharing with you, like, this is what I learned. It was like, wow, like, when I met her, it was just like natural gravitation in just knowing like this person has a good aura around her, good energy, good vibe. And I want that. I want somebody with a good vibe who means well. And that takes time, right? Not every, some people have stuff that they're working through internally that unfortunately is an obstacle to kind of being a little bit more open to being in a relationship. Being in a relationship is a big deal, right? You are committing to this person, and that takes a lot. You know, you have to be in a good mental space for that. So when I met her, I was like, wow. So let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about when I met her, right? You're probably like, come on, get to it, Jackie. I grew up in Orange County, which is quite a conservative county in Southern California. And you're thinking, California, really? Yes, really, actually. I moved away from Orange County for many years, moved to LA because I wanted to explore my sexuality, and I didn't feel that being at home and being in this town that I was able to do that. So I moved to LA and I met a lot of people. Still couldn't find somebody that was, I guess, worthy of my time, or vice versa, I guess. I moved back to Orange County because, LA wasn't working out. It didn't connect with me for being a home. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go home, and I don't know. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna be gay and I'm gonna figure this out. Like, I think I had been dreading that fact, but I'm really proud. I mean, looking back, as I'm telling you these stories, I'm like, I think that's important for you out there to self-reflect. And, I think in a lot of messiness, there's also a lot of accomplishments that, the messiness pushes you towards, and you realize, wow, like, maybe that was a good idea. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna do this. And I think I had always been afraid to do that. And I guess I was at a point in my young adult life where I thought, okay, I can, and I will. I'll figure it out. Well, 2 weeks moving back to Orange County, I meet Anna. I had signed up for a bunch of meetups, and if you don't know this app, I'm a huge ambassador, so I'm gonna put a link in the description of this app. It's called Meetup. It's basically an app where you meet people in person. You go to events where you meet events or workshops or groups or anything you can imagine, whether it's running or screenwriting. I did a screenwriting one in LA, and you just meet people who want to meet new people and want to bond or do things over the same interests, right? In this particular meetup that I signed up for, it was an art walk in downtown Santa Ana, followed by getting some coffee afterwards. And I had signed up to a lot because I moved back, and I knew that part of me moving back was I was going to have to make an active choice of finding community, because I knew that with my family there was still some struggle in adjusting to my homosexuality. I'm just going to pause right there. I knew I had to take an active role in finding community. I knew it wasn't going to come to me. But if I had put myself out there, and I hate it, right? You hate when people are like, put yourself out there. But can I tell you how true that is? Had I not done that, I don't know that I'd be sitting here with the most important person in my life, who has made such a major impact in my life, to getting me here in front of this camera with you, to be quite honest. But let's get back to the story, right? So I go to this meetup, and I'm like, I'm just gonna show up as I am. This is who I am. I'm not gonna try to impress anybody with anything. I'm just like, I know I'm a friendly person. I know I want to meet new people, so I'm just gonna be chill. Anna is the creator of the invite, so her writing itself already like drew me to it. Like, the invite was just really well written, and it definitely was. She's in marketing because she swayed me. She knew her audience. So I get there, and I don't see anybody, and I message her, and she's like, I'm the girl in the denim jacket. And so sure enough, I see across the way the girl in denim jacket, and I come up to her. She looks quite frantic because she's actually kind of an introvert. So she was a little nervous. It was her first meetup that she was organizing throughout the night. We end up, let's see here. I end up giving her some cash because she wanted to buy a record. We bond over a piece of art, and then at one point in the night, me being true to myself and being friendly, I opened the doors for people. She made a joke, being in her true nature, being facetious and funny. She was like, we're not gonna tip you for this. And I was like, oh no, you're not? It was just such a natural sort of interaction of just letting, being funny and using humor to connect. All culture and art was, something I've always been drawn to. And so to meet somebody that I could, we just bonded over the same piece of art, that stood out for me. But that isn't the best part. We end up going to the coffee place, and she says, hey, let me buy you a cup of coffee since you let me borrow some cash. And so we get coffee, and we're standing there, like this, sort of at the counter, and we're looking eye to eye. And I was seeing before me somebody who had gotten to know, bonded over art, laughed together. And I'm just looking, and I'm like, she's pretty. We start talking about what we do, and long story short, we're in the same industry, which is a small world. And we go home, and that's it. Actually, I think they were all going to go out, and she invited me to go out, and I thought, no, I think this is already too much for the day. But I couldn't stop thinking about her. I was open to the opportunity, right? Like I was open to connecting with people no matter, whatever way it was going to go, whether it was going to be dating or friendship. I was like, this, I just want to be around people who intrigue me in that way. And so, I messaged her, and the rest is history, as they say. And the reason why this story is one that I want to share, not only because I'm really grateful for that experience, I'm really grateful for Anna, is that it taught me the power of being open to opportunity. A lot of us have certain expectations when it comes to dating. And I always did. Always. I think I put a lot of pressure on dating, when, especially, in relationships, pressure. And to go into that night and into that new chapter in my life, moving back to Orange County with such chillness of just being like, just taking a back seat and just being like, I'm just gonna be me, and whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen, and I'm just open to experience, and I'm open to opportunity. I think by doing that switch of just, instead of having expectations, it really allowed me to be open to Anna. I guess my words of wisdom here is, if you are struggling with, and I think this is applicable to any part of your life, whether you're dating or you're frustrated about a job opportunity, is to just, I come back to this theme of like just trusting yourself and just being one with yourself and being, open to opportunity. Cheers to love, and cheers to you, because you're awesome, and whoever you're gonna come across in your life, they're gonna be awesome too. Be open to opportunity. Cheers.